Hello, my name is C. William Harper, and welcome to Purpose Directed Success. I want to talk to you about the reason why many or even most people fail in MLMs or even home-based businesses in general. And also I'm going to give you 5 remedies as to how to overcome that. Now I want to give it to you straight. I like to give you some niceties and all that, but I want to give it to you straight. The reason why most fail, and I've been in business, I've been self-employed for well over 20 years, and what I found, I'll put it that way, what I found to be the reason that most people fail is they're lazy and they procrastinate. Yes, they got in business because they're emotionally excited about it, and that's okay. But at some point, you have to do the work. Now, what I mean by lazy and procrastinate is, I'm talking about those people that won't pick up the phone and make a phone call to save their lives. They won't talk to anybody. They won't do anything to promote their business. They won't attend a meeting. They won't attend a webinar. And they won't speak to somebody outside. They won't pass out a card. They won't shake their hands. Yet they're surprised that their business is not doing well. Okay? Now, the procrastinator, see, that person's a little different. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And by the way, these two people make more excuses than anybody else. They have more complaints. They're victimized. People are treating them unfairly. Laziness and procrastination. Those are two huge things. And what happens is, when they get into it and they find out that they have to work, they say to themselves, I didn't sign up for this. Or they don't want to be embarrassed or whatever, but they come up with some excuse. And with all due respect, any excuse will do. If you're not going to do it, you're just not going to do it. The other thing that these people have all in common is they have one of 4 fears. And I double dog dare you to find a fear that doesn't fit in one of these 4 categories. The first category is they're frustrated. I've done all that I could do. I made a list. I called all the names. They told me no. I've done this, and it's not working. I'm frustrated, so I'm going to quit. The next fear is lack. You know what? If I do this, I might not be able to pay my utility bill. If I do this, I may not be able to pay my house note. I may not be able to pay my car note. They're worried about lack, so they're so paralyzed in being in lack, they can't do anything. They can talk about it, they can want to do it, but they think if I make a misstep, I'm going to lose something. The other fear is being overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is a good one, because that's the person that I've tried everything. I got to attend meetings. I got to make phone calls. I got to hand out cards. I got to have meetings at my house. I got to do this. I got to do it. No, it's not all that complicated. But what happens is you make it that complicated, and at some point you get overwhelmed. And by the way, overwhelmed is easy to get, because if you don't understand what it is that you're doing, or you're not used to reading, or you're not used to studying, or you have no business acumen or no marketing acumen, it's hard. And you do get overwhelmed. What person goes into a business, brick and mortar otherwise, and have no business skills whatsoever? It gets overwhelming pretty fast, unless you want to try to break the learning curve and get in there and kind of do some hard work. The last fear is stuck. No matter what I do, I find myself in the same place. I've done what they told me to do, nothing's happened. I read what they told me to read, nothing's happened. I always have more month than money at the end of the month. I can't pay my bills. I'm coming up short, and I do everything they tell me, and I'm stuck. That too is a fear. What happens with being stuck, guys, is you've made up in your mind that stuff isn't working and you're not thinking long term. Usually nothing works instantaneously. Some things do, and I know some people are like, well, this does. Usually nothing works instantaneously. So you need to work through being stuck. Now, I have 5 remedies in this blog to tell you how to overcome all those things I just said, but you got to read the blog. Anyway, I hope this has helped some of you. If you know someone that could use this, please forward it over to them. Like it, if you will. And I expect to see you back here at cwilliamharper.com. Hey, may God love you real good and be blessed. Goodbye.